Hello, Moon Embracing Aries. This is your June Taroscope for 2017. This is just going to be an overall reading of possible vibrations that may come into your life during the month of June. I'm actually using the Lumina Tarot. First edition, however, it is trimmed because I trimmed it. So the month of June, it's kind of been a pretty full year already. And I feel like it's hard to believe that we are already entering the 6th month of 2017. I'm not quite sure where the time has gone. So Aries, let's see what you can expect this month. Okay. Oh, it looks like we're going to be slightly off the Alright, so the Center card is your current energy, and your current energy of 8 of Swords. And it looks like there has been a bit of a struggle for some of you Aries, trying to get out of being stuck. And it's looks like a lot has been going on. There has been a bit of a struggle trying to climb up out of your own downward spiraling thoughts. A lot of what has been going on has been kind of wearing on you mentally, making you feel like you are stuck or entrapped, or can't quite get out of whatever rut it is that you perceive that you're in, and you feel like you've been climbing, but with each climb you feel like it's been painstaking, and it's actually been kind of creating much pain within you on many levels, and so you feel like you're ready to just stop trying. There was a pivotal point apparently in the recent past where this all started, and something kind of occurred that really pressed itself upon you and really started your mind turning, really started to make you kind of consider where you're at in your life, what some of your core beliefs are, and where you want to go, and where you want those beliefs to take you, and whether you want to shift some of those beliefs or not. And in that, when that happened, that's kind of where the uphill climb has kind of started, in that as you consider who you are and what your core beliefs are, you have continued to struggle against yourself and what your beliefs are and where you want to go with them. And the problem is that you think you know, but at the same time there's a little bit of uncertainty, which is why you every time you kind of grip onto a new concept and you think, I think this might apply to me now, an uncertainty kind of kicks in and it's like, yeah, but does it really? And then you go back again, you go back and revisit some of your old thoughts and ideas and try to rehash as to whether or not you want to change anything, go forward or not, and what have you. So it's just been this constant back and forth, and I do feel that you are nearing getting out of that thought process. You are starting to clarify some of those, but it looks like you're going to be spending some of June still finishing clarifying those thoughts, finishing climbing up out of your own head and releasing some of those thoughts. Where you are body-wise is 9 of Swords, and it seems as though some of you are struggling with where you are physically. it's almost as if in this whole process of reevaluating your thought process and kind of seeing yourself, you also look at yourself physically and you're starting to see some things that you feel you didn't see in the mirror before, whether it was yesterday, 2 years ago, or 10 years ago. You're recognizing some changes that has happened physically, and they're starting to kind of bother you a little bit. Maybe it's just a reality that you weren't willing to face, as far as something that you weren't taking care of that you should have. And it could have been something as simple as, you know, you used to get your hair colored every 6 weeks, and you've gotten so busy that you've let that go, and you've suddenly realized, holy crap, my roots have grown in and they're ridiculous, and I don't, what happened? I don't know where the time went. And for those, there are some of you who it may be slightly more serious, but whatever it is, this month you're gonna want to take a closer look at that and kind of take care of yourself, whatever it may be, because sometimes to help ourselves, to give us a boost, it takes something as simple as addressing some of those external things. And it's not always, I know we kind of consider when we take care of ourselves physically that it's superficial, and that's not always the case. Sometimes taking care of ourselves physically is where it begins. In the mind, again, when we go from, like I said, you're going to be going from that kind of having a profound moment of shifting in your thoughts, and there has been your current energy now is you have been kind of up and down with your thoughts. You're going to find the stability that you've been looking for at some point in June. I feel some of you might be earlier than others, but at some point in June you're going to feel like you finally get your foot on some solid ground with how you think, how you perceive, and your mind. You're going to be able to get a grip on your racing thoughts and your racing mind, and be able to make that shift that you've been looking for. As far as the heart is concerned, it looks like there's some new hope on the horizon for some of you. Some of you have been looking for love, and it looks like some of that's going to come clear to some of you. There's some of you who have been wondering when it's going to be your turn. And it does look like, as far as a few of you, for the month of June, you're going to find that love that you've been looking for, or have a shift in a current relationship that you're in that kind of fills you up with that hope and brightness that you once had. Either way, it looks like good things are happening within the love area. And spiritually, it looks like we're going to be having some connections that have been made. And I feel that for a lot of you, this is something, again, that you've been working on. And I feel that this is also connected with that, you know, kind of that key moment where you started to think and try to reevaluate who you are and what you thought, what your core beliefs. Some of that was even spiritual, and some of those connections are going to be made. And I feel that those connections are, again, what's going to help you with getting that firm foundation within your mind, clearing up some of that space and clearing up where you feel that you definitely are and want to be, and giving you that firm setting, that firm footing that you need to climb up out of your head and those thoughts that keep kind of swirling around. You're going to have some connections spiritually that's going to clarify quite a few of your thought processes for you. What is going to be helping you is the Five of Wands. Now, this looks like it is not exactly a positive card, but in a positive light, this card can represent the concept of whenever there is chaos, after chaos, there's no new beginnings. You know, if you really, if you subscribe to the concept of the Big Bang Theory as far as Earth is concerned, it's kind of like that. And whether you do or not, you think of other elements where chaos has been, new beginnings can come from that. So, you know, forests that may have burnt down, the ash actually makes it so that the ground is much higher in nutrients, and therefore the growth is so much more supple as a result of it. So what's going to be your strength is coming out of this struggle that you've been in, and as a result of it, you're going to be stronger and better. What could be a hindrance for you is Knight of Wands. You're going to be busy. And because of that busyness, it's going to add to that overwhelming, racing thoughts that clutters your mind. And this is just going to be on top of all the other things that are kind of more deep regarding who you are and your core. There's also all the thoughts of all the things that you feel that you're going to have to accomplish in the month of June. You know, summer's coming. If you've got kids are going to be out of school. So you got to kind of make adjustments, especially if you're a working parent. And you need to worry about caregiving and what have you. Play dates, making sure that, you know, family functions, what have you. There's a lot of stuff that has a tendency to happen during June, and because of that, all of that busyness is going to get into your head and is just going to add to that swirl of thoughts that's going to kind of feel like you're going to be overwhelmed. So don't let that happen. When that happens, remember, take a hold of the chaos and make of it what you can, but don't let the chaos take a hold of you. What has the potential for you, you know, if you play your cards right, no pun intended, if you play your cards right and, you know, you set up and get going and work with yourself as best as you can, take care of yourself the best as you can have the potential of having a new beginning. I feel like this is probably more towards the end of the month, you know, the third week or so. You know, some of you might be fortunate enough to see the light at the end of the tunnel in the beginning of the month, but I feel like a good bit of you're not really going to feel that new beginning and that awe moment of finally, I feel a little bit freer, I feel some relief. I feel it's more towards the end of the month, but you know, you work on yourself the way you're supposed to. Take a hold of your life, take a hold of your thoughts. Don't let the chaos take a hold of you. And by the end of the month, you can feel as though you have a new beginning on the horizon, and you know, summer can look good for you. So I'm going to pull from the Connected and Free Oracle, and just to kind of get an idea of sort of an energy that to carry you through the month, the good times, the bad times, whatever it is that you need, that little bit of oomph to take you towards the end of the month. So let's see what I can pull for you. Give this a good shuffle. Pleasure and fun. So I feel that this is one of those little secrets that we all know is a part of our life, but we have a tendency to forget. You know, life should be pleasurable. Life should be fun. So don't forget to have some fun. You know, allow yourself to empty yourself of those thoughts and give yourself that moment of feeling free and feeling the fun that life has to offer you. Really dig into those moments of pleasure. Life, family, kids, spouse, significant other, a glass of wine, a hot bubble bath, whatever it takes. Just, you know, have those moments of pleasure to help you carry through those chaos moments. And hopefully by the end of the month, you'll feel that you have conquered June. All right, everybody, I hope you have an opportunity to embrace the moon. And until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.